first $1 million gate since the famous Dempsey Tunney long count battle in Chicago 8 years before. Everyone stunned by the fury of Lewis's attack.
What's happening, my people? It's Cat Sports again, back for another afternoon with the family. Now, as usual, before I get started, let me give a shout out to the JBT community. It's just boxing talk. We're a group of people who just love to talk boxing. And we're always looking for others to join us. And you don't have to have a podcast. The only requirement is you just have to love to talk boxing. That's all. Miss Cass, hashtag JBT. Mike Mazik. Real Prison Talk with Tommy. Salute to everyone and welcome to another episode of Cat Sports, the Box Historian. Today, the Cruiserweight division in boxing. And you know what time it is. If it's Monday through Friday, 2 p.m., it's the Box Historian, bringing you all that boxing history. Boxing is the greatest sport of them all. That's why we love it. Can't get enough of it. As everyone today, this is the Tuesday afternoon edition of Cash Sports the Box Historian. Still early in the week. Yeah, today we're going to get into the Cruiserweight division. Alexander Usyk, Evander Holyfield, some of the big names from that division. We're going to look at a little history of it, then some of the top former boxers that competed in the Cruiserweight division, and then we're going to look at some of the top active boxers that's currently competing at Cruiserweight. And then like Zerto, we just had a good Cruiserweight fight this weekend. Zerto, Chris Williams-Smith. And then I got a couple of the best Cruiserweight fights in history too. Time permitting, we'll look at the current rankings for Cruiserweight. But yeah, Coach Tommy, I got your Cash App. Yes, sir. That's for the raffle, right? Yeah. You have 5 chances, okay? And if you want to, you're welcome to get some more now. But you're in for 5 so far. Yep. But yeah, still early in the week. This week of boxing history. We got the profile this week being Manny Pacquiao. I could have sworn I did Manny, but I checked all of them. I never did. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about women's boxing again. Some different categories, like touch on the history a little bit again, and then who is the hardest hitting women in boxing? You know, like Amanda had power. Savannah Marshall. Look at Layla Ali, 24 wins, 20 of them by knockout. That's almost 90%. So we're gonna look at the women tomorrow. Who were some of the best women southpaws? We're gonna touch on a few different categories because the women getting in put it on the line too. So we got to cover them. And then guess what? Next week, fantasy matchups Monday is going to be Clarissa Shields versus the Legends. See how she do against Layla Ali and Wolf. You know, some of those fighters. We're going to find 10 to 15 women's fighters to put Clarissa up against. She called herself the GOAT. She talk all that trash. We're going to see next week just how she do, you know. From Cash Sports Promotions next Monday. Fantasy matchups Monday. Clarissa Shields versus the Legends. And then Thursday, Boxing in the States continues this week with Missouri. Boxing in Missouri. See what happened concerning boxing in there. Any kind of great fights or historic venues, you know, a little history. Then some boxers from Missouri. And then, of course, the life and history of Manny Pacquiao Friday. Yep. But still early in this big week of boxing history. I don't even have the chat up, man. Wow. I'm sorry. Yeah, nobody else came in. They in, but they haven't commented. But appreciate everybody that stopped by today. We're going to get started in about 10 or 15 minutes. This weekend, I think it's a card from Paris, but I didn't really know anybody on the card. The next big thing is, I think it's next weekend. Who was it? Let me check real quick. I forgot who it was, but yeah, next weekend is we got a couple pretty good fights. Oh yeah, Oscar Valdez and Emmanuel Navarrete too. It's not this weekend, next weekend. Yeah. And also on that same day, I think it's we had another pretty good fight on that same day, I believe. Let me pull it up. You know, I can't remember. I could have read it 5 minutes ago and I wouldn't remember what it was. But this weekend, it's a card out of Paris. You remember yesterday I was trying to say all those funny names. I couldn't read them. Yeah, Paris, France. Oh, Bakary, Bakary is fighting. But yeah, then the 30th. Oh, Sonny Edwards is back there on the 30th. Yeah, Sonny, right? That's from England. You know, Sonny on the card is from England. And then December 7th is that's 2 weeks. Navarrete and Oscar Valdez. Then O'Shaki wants the winner of that one. So that should be a pretty good little series there. If Shaki gets the winner, you know what I mean? Yeah. That should be good. And also on that Navarrete Valdez card is the rematch between Robisi and Rafael Espinoza. You know, Rafael was the one that took the title from Robisi, so they're getting a rematch. 2 weeks. That's down at featherweight. And Rafael is like 6 feet fighting at 126. Wow. Mean, lean fight machine. And one of my favorites, Richard Torres, young heavyweight on the card. Yeah. Richard is fighting 8 rounders now. Emiliano Vargas. So that's good. Yeah. One of the Barfather cards. Always see a lot of good young fighters on the Barfather's cards. Giovanni Santillan back in action. I haven't seen him in a while. Giovanni. So that's what we got coming up. We still got a ways to go before the big heavyweight rematch. Showdown. Usyk and Fury. I got Fury this time. You know, yeah, I think. But you never know with this boxing, man. Define Arnie won. Oh, yeah, Define Arnie won. I owe you an apology. I did not know you were in the back yesterday. The youngster was up here trolling, remember? And he had me distracted. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Define Arnie won. Salute Big Supreme in the building. Hashtag FSG. Yeah, he was trolling. You know, everything I said, he had to go against it. That's the textbook definition of trolling. Then he trying to debate, but you can't use talking points when you debate, you know. Nothing beats facts. Definitely not talking points. And, you know, and the bad thing about talking points, you don't know who made it. You could be spilling out casual talking points. And when you're saying casual talking points, that make you look like a casual. So that's the bad thing about talking points. You don't know where the talking point originated from. So, yeah. That's the thing. Anything you hear me say up here, man, it's been researched. It's fact. I don't just repeat talking points to something off the top of my head. Anything I say up here, I have researched and seen it in black and white. Know it to be a fact. Okay. Yeah, but the youngster was trolling. I'm sorry, Define Army. He had me distracted. You know, I don't like trolling. Trolling is childish. I got an 8-year-old granddaughter and a 3-year-old granddaughter. If I want to deal with children, I'll visit them because they're childish. And you know why they're childish? Because they're children. They're supposed to be childish. Not grown people. You know what I mean? But salute everybody. Yeah, Define Arnie. Well, I'm sorry about that. I didn't even know. I saw it after the show, your comment. You said I'm in the back. I said, oh my goodness, I left him in the back. Made me feel some kind of way. But it won't happen again. I'm going to back off the link for a while too, because now that I know I got a troll in here regular, you know, I'm not letting dropping the link for no troll to come up here on my panel trolling, no. So I'm going to talk it on through to 4 o'clock. Maybe we can get rid of this troll. You know, trolling is childish. You know, when you're just saying things just to go against what I'm saying, that's the textbook definition of trolling, man. So no, I'm not going to be dropping the link for this troll to come up here trolling, man. I thought the kid was older, but he might be 14 or 15 years old. He sounds young. I thought he was at least 20, 21, but he might be really 14 or 15 or something, you know. So, yeah. But today is the Cruiserweight division in boxing. Still early. It's Tuesday. We got a big week of boxing history right in front of us coming up. Jarrell Hattie. That's his name. Yeah, he was trolling. You notice everything I say, he got to go against it, you know. It don't have any idea what he's talking about. You know, Bud is not a high-level boxer. Then the next 5 seconds, he's a high-level boxer, but he's over his defense. I mean, he's not high-level defense. He's a high-level defensive fighter. Then the next 5 seconds, his defense is overrated. Come on, man. Those are points he heard somebody else say. But like I said, when you're talking points, you don't know where they originated from. It's probably from another casual and make you sound like a casual. So, you know, talking points don't beat facts. Nothing beats facts. You know, when you're debating, the best way to debate is use facts. You can't lose. Nothing beats facts, right? Nothing. You win every time with the facts. Not talking points. Casual talking point said that. But how's everybody today, this Tuesday afternoon? We're going to talk about Cruiserweight today. And yeah, we're going to get the GOAT up here on the Fantasy Matchups Monday, because we got to include the women. They get out. We just had a nice women's fight Saturday, remember? I thought Amanda won. What y'all think about that? I thought she pulled it out. I think they said she outlanded Katie by I think it was 107 punches, man. That's Compo Box is not computerized. It's just people hitting buttons. But when you get up to 107 more, it's got to be something in that, man. The people hitting the buttons ain't that bad. So if she landed more than 100 punches more, it's got to be up in that neighborhood, But they gave it to Katie. Katie likes to use that head, man. I think she got penalized, once. They could have penalized her every round almost. And then how did Katie get that big, thick neck on a female, man? It's got to be some PEDs or something in there somewhere. Wow. Like Al Booker said yesterday, she got a pit bull type neck. A pit bull cruise type neck, man. Ooh. Yeah, 1 million warnings defined, Arnie. That's too many warnings. I think he took points one time. I think. Yeah. I didn't even see the other fight, Zerdo and the Cruiserweight fight, Chris Billiam-Smith. Yeah, I didn't see that one. But yeah, that's what we're talking about today, Cruiserweights. Holyfield, Usyk got to be up there because Usyk was the first 4-belt undisputed, at Cruiserweight. James Toney was pretty good. Cruiserweight. Yeah, Big Supreme both times. I think she got robbed both times. The first, the one in the garden, remember? Yeah, I think they got her that time too. I think in the first one, if they would have had 3 minutes, I think Amanda would have stopped her. Yeah. They got to get those women 3 minutes, man, because they'll change your whole game plan around. You know what I mean? When you got 3 minutes? Because 2, you get through that first minute, then the next thing you know, it's 30 seconds left in the round, man. You don't get that middle minute, like the men get. That makes a big difference, I think. That extra minute changes your whole game plan around, But you got like a sense of urgency when you only got 2. So, and Amanda one time had said she wasn't fighting anymore 10-round, 2-minute championship fights, but she had done, I think she had last 2 was 12 rounds, 3 minutes, but for some reason they went back to 2 minutes for this one. I don't know what the reason was. Because Jake was giving all his women 3 minutes. He had a prospect fight for 4 rounds on one of those cards, I think it was last year. But it was 4 rounds, but it was 3 minutes. Yeah. So I thought, all the Jake cards are going to be that way. But for some reason, they went back. Then maybe they didn't want to make him and Mike look bad. They fight in 2 minutes and let the women fight 3. Nah. Make them look bad. Yeah, Define Arnie say Zerdo outclassed Billion. I feel bad for the UK guy because he kept trying his heart out. Yeah, but Zerdo couldn't be denied. Yeah, those UK guys, man, they show a lot of heart when they fight. Yeah, that's one thing they got, man. They try. Yeah, I didn't see it, but then I saw some highlights. Yeah, Zerdo is unified now. I think the WBA and the WBO was on the line in that one. About time to get started. Don't forget the raffle, 50-50. Coach Tommy just got 5 chances today. $20 gets you 5 chances. $5 gets you 1. But you got to go for that block because the last raffle, it was 3 prizes and the guy went. It was 3 for $25, and this guy got 7 blocks, and he had 21 chances, and he won 2 of the 3 prizes. So the lower averages, the more chances, pick the odds up for you, he really had his odds up there, you know. But yeah, we appreciate all the support he gave us and everything. I wish I could remember his name, but it's all good. Let's get ready to get into these cruiserweights. Yeah. Ooh. Whose father was that? Big Supreme. Oh, wait, I didn't read the whole thing. Okay. Big Supreme said, did you know that Katie Taylor's father was shot in a triple shooting? No, I did not know that. Wow. I did not know that. Where one person died, 2018. He was shot in the chest and the arm, but survived. Yeah, that chest is a bad spot to get shot. Just as bad as the head, man, that chest. That's where the heart is at. But he survived in Ireland. No, I did not know that, Big Supreme. Wow. 2018. No, I did not know. Wow. Yeah, in the chest. That's why she's a favorite like that. Okay, I can see that now. Yeah. Yeah. Triple shooting. One person died. Was she? I think she was. Yeah, she had turned pro by 2018 because she fought Delphine Persoon like 2019. I thought Delphine Persoon beat her. I think she's Swedish, something like that, but Norwegian, something like that. But they gave it to Katie. Yeah, because it was close. You know, and anything close, Katie is getting it. You know, any kind, you ain't gonna beat Katie in no split decision. You just not. It just ain't happening. But I see that Big Supreme why she's favorite like that. Yeah, I did not know about that. Yeah. Okay, let's get ready to get into it. The Cruiserweight division. Today, we're gonna go down through the divisions each week. All the way down to 105, minimum weight. 105 is minimum weight, straw weight. I think it's another name for it too. Junior flyweight is 108. Yeah. We're going all the way down. We're going to go look at some of the best of the former boxers in each division, and then some current guys, right? And some of the best fights in those divisions. And time permitting, we'll look at the current rankings. You know, see where they at. I think Jai Apatai is number one in most of it. I think just about all the rankings. You know, ESPN, all three, the sanctioning bodies, BoxRec, all of them got Jai number one, Jai Apatai. I think Usyk was undisputed at cruiserweight, so yeah. Yeah, that's why Katie is so favorite, though. Okay, let's get started. At least he survived it, though. Yeah. You're getting shot in the chest. That's a vital area, man. That's where the heart is at. Up in that chest and some of the key organs, you know what I mean? Get shot there. Like I said, that's almost as bad as the head. And he survived it. Wow. A lot of people don't survive them chest wounds for the bullet in the chest, you know? Okay, let's get ready to go though. How's everybody doing though? It's Tuesday. Week still beginning, still coming off the weekend. You know, some people sometimes extend their weekend to Monday. I done that a couple times when I was working. So we're going to continue the weekend on into today. Call in sick or something, you know. Make your own 3-day weekend. Can't do that too much, though, because Monday is a bad day to miss. The boss be like, you just had 2 off. Then you want to take Monday off, too. But I really had a headache, boss. As soon as you hang that phone up for making that call in sick, the party starts all over again. Okay, but we're going to look at a little history of cruiserweight first. Then the former guys, some of the top former fighters, and then some of the top current ones. And a couple of big fights we had at cruiserweight. Because cruiserweight, we just had that since, like 78? I'm going to tell you in a minute. Late 70s, though, was when cruiserweight came in. Because heavyweights were starting to get bigger and bigger and bigger. You started having them big 6'6", 6'7" heavyweights coming in, and a lot of the other heavyweights, they didn't think it was fair for guys 190, 195 fighting the big 220-pound, 230-pound guys. So they started cruiserweight. I think it was like 190 in the beginning. Let's look at the history of it. Don't think, Cass. Look at the history. There we go. We're going to look at the history of cruiserweight first. Yeah, I think it was like 190, 195, starting out. Marvin Camel was the first champion there. He was the first champion for two of the sanctioning bodies. Because I think the WBC was first. He won that one. And then the IBF came in third, and he won their title. First one to win both of those titles. I thought I saw BN Boxing. Yeah, I did see BN Boxing News. What's up, BN Boxing News? How are you today? Appreciate the cash app. Yeah, I think I told you yesterday because you told me. I missed most of them because the thing's supposed to ring or something, but it don't usually do it. I usually see it after the show. But it's a good thing you told me when you did it. But salute BN Boxing News. We just getting ready to get started talking about the cruiserweight division. 175 to 200. Okay, now, cruiserweight is also referred to as light heavyweight, junior heavyweight, not light. And it's the weight class in professional boxing between light heavyweight and heavyweight. Now, before the advent of the current cruiserweight class, light heavyweight and cruiserweight were sometimes used interchangeably in the United Kingdom. Okay? Now, the current weight limit for the cruiserweight division is 200 pounds. When originally established, the weight limit was 190 pounds. And the division was established in order to accommodate smaller heavyweight boxers who could not compete with the growing size of boxers in the heavyweight division. Now, while many great heavyweight champions, such as Rocky Marciano and Joe Louis, Joe Frazier, weighed around 190 during their careers, during the 1970s, it became fairly standard that fit heavyweight boxers weighed at least 210 pounds, right? And many boxing authorities felt that asking men weighing between 176, the light heavyweight 175, so after that you went straight to heavyweight, wasn't no cruiserweight then. And the authorities felt that fighters weighing between 176 and 190, it wasn't fair to ask them to fight these larger men up in the 200s, 215, 220, 230, yeah. They felt it was unfair. So the World Boxing Council, WBC, was the first boxing organization to recognize cruiserweight when it sanctioned a fight between Marvin Camel and Mate Parlow on December 8th, 1979 for the WBC's version of the title. And that fight ended up in a draw. But the rematch, March 1st, 1980, Camel won the rematch and became the first cruiserweight champion in 1980. He became the first cruiserweight champion in 1980. Okay. Then, in 1982, the WBA recognized Ozzy Ocasio as its first cruiserweight champion when he defeated South African Robbie Williams. Right? Now, although at that time, the WBA called the division junior heavyweight, but it was the same weight limits as cruiserweight. It was called cruiserweight by the WBC, but the WBA called it junior heavyweight when it first came in. Yeah, David Hay, that would have been a good one. Yeah, I'm going to do Holyfield on fantasy matchups Monday soon, about 2 weeks. We're going to see Holyfield and Usyk. That would have been a good one too. Yeah. Holyfield and Usyk. Hay was definitely nice too. Yeah. Yeah, Define Arnie won. Hay was a problem in his prime. Yes, he was. Yep. Yeah, so the WBC called it cruiserweight and the WBA called it junior heavyweight. But it was the same thing. So then the IBF followed suit in 1983 because when the WBC and the WBA invented cruiserweight, IBF wasn't even in existence yet. I think they came around 82. And then in 1983, they had a fight between Marvin Campbell. He wasn't the WBC champion anymore, so they matched him up against Rick Sikorsky for its title, right? And Campbell won that, and he became the first IBF cruiserweight champion. So Marvin Campbell was the first WBC and IBF cruiserweight champion, right? And then several boxers moved up to heavyweight after winning world titles at cruiserweight, including Evander Holyfield. He unified the WBA, WBC, and IBF titles, becoming undisputed champions at cruiserweight because we didn't have WBO then, okay? First undisputed champion at cruiserweight, 3-belt. Then he moved up to heavyweight after that in 1988, right? And in 2006, the second man to become undisputed champion was O'Neal Bell. And he was later stripped of the IBF title, right? Then Oleksandr Usyk. He became undisputed cruiserweight champion in 2018. And he has since moved up to heavyweight. He moved up the next year in 2019, becoming undisputed champion there in 2024. Yep. Usyk, that made him one of the 5 with 2 divisions. Oleksandr Usyk. So other notable champions in the division have been Bobby Chaz, Dwight Muhammad Qawi, Tomas Adamek, Virgil Hill, Al Cole, Orlin Norris, Terry Norris's brother, James Toney, David Hay, who Define Arnie just mentioned him, and Tony Bellew. Yep, Tony Bellew. Yeah, he's a broadcaster there. Like he's on the zone, right? So now, let's look at some of those names I just mentioned. Let's look at some of them. Okay. Oh, I did not know that Usyk has the same birthday as Ali. Wow. See, I'm in here learning history too, man. Yeah. Historians are drawn to my chat. Yeah, I didn't know that, Big Supreme. Usyk and Ali have the same birthday. Wow. I did not know that. When is it? January? I believe it's January. I think. Yeah. Isn't that something? 2 heavyweight champions. Same birthday. Wow. Muhammad Ali and Oleksandr Usyk. Yeah, they stripped Usyk. The IBF don't play. But they can't take it from him. He had it. He was 4-belt undisputed in 2 classes. They could strip his belt, but they can't take the fact from him that he did it. He accomplished that feat. What's up, Thomas Hill in the building? Salute. Thomas Hill, hashtag JBT. We're talking about cruiserweights today, T. Hill. I'm going to look at some of the former great, and then we're going to look at some of the current ones. Yeah. No Jai Apatow is probably it. Number 1. He's number 1 everywhere else. So he might as well be number 1 here too. You know? Yeah. Most of the sanctioning bodies and the different sites, you know, like Box Rec and Ring Magazine, all of them, they got Jai. Jai is a good fighter though. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We go again. Bear with me for a second. I don't know why this always happens to me. I'm still here. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're gonna look at some of these current fighters. Former fighters, former cruiserweights. Some of the top guys in the division. It's not in any kind of order or anything. It's just some of the top cruiserweight fighters that we had. Just started, 1978. WBC started it. WBA came in, and then the IBF. WBO didn't come around until like late 80s. And the other ones didn't start recognizing them until like 2002, like 14 years after they came in existence. They wouldn't get on board. The WBC, everybody usually follows suit, and the WBO wanted to name their own champions. They wouldn't follow behind the WBC, so they wouldn't recognize them. Technique. What's up, Technique? He says Usyk has better skills than Holyfield. Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah. But they're going to fight in a couple of weeks on Cash Sport Promotions, probably Monday after next, on Fantasy Matchups Monday. Evander Holyfield versus Alexander Usyk. Okay. Yeah, Cruiserweight. Okay, first is Carl Talk. Carl Thompson. Now, he was an all-action UK-based fighter. He posted a career record of 34 wins, 6 losses, 25 knockouts. He had the WBO title from 1995 to 1999, made 3 successful defenses of it, right? Faced 5 champions. Massimiliano, Duran, Ralph Riccigiani, Johnny Nelson, Uriah Grant, and David Hay. And he defeated all but Johnny Nelson, stopping Duran, Grant, and Hay. And that was Hay's only loss. Came against Carl Thompson, right? He's perhaps best remembered for 2 brutal wars with fellow UK native and former super middleweight champion Chris Eubank in 1998. Yeah, 2 brutal fights with Chris Eubank. He was at super middleweight then, though. Okay. Next is Ralph Riccigiani. Ralph Riccigiani. I don't think I need this light. Oh yeah, that's much better without that light. Yeah. Yeah, Big Supreme said that's debatable, but he will lean toward Usyk in the skill department. Yeah, but in that ring, man, you gotta look at them intangibles too, because Holyfield had that dog in him, man. Holyfield didn't start fighting until he got hit hard, and the game plan was out the window. The battle was on then, man. So yeah. But next is Ralph Riccigiani. He was based in Germany, right? And his brother, Graziano Riccigiani, was also a boxer, right? He posted a career record of 42 wins, 9 losses, and 7 draws, 17 knockouts. WBO champion 1995, 1997. This is Ralph. I was just mentioning his brother, Graziano. But yeah, Ralph was WBO champion from 95 to 97. Made 6 successful defenses, right? Faced 4 champions: Marvin Camel, Marcus Bott, Tyrone Booz. 5 different times, okay? And he defeated Camel by decision. And he stopped Thompson in their first fight. That was Carl Thompson. No, that was Riccigiani. There's the name right there. Ralph Riccigiani. Okay. Okay, next is Nate Miller. It's the only picture I can find of Nate. Don't say, what the hell they got to do with boxing? Yeah, there's Nate. I guess this is wife, girlfriend, something. Now, Nate, he was from Philly. Tough fighter out of Philly, right? Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Career mark, 31 wins, 9 losses, 27 knockouts. So that's not a bad knockout rate. You know, I got to see what it is. I don't know what it is about me and these knockout rates. But 27 wins, 27 knockouts and 37 wins, that ain't bad. I always forget to turn the calculator on. Some of them come on when it gets light, but I got one of them old school ones. You got to physically turn it on. Oh, come on. %. I got a rotary phone. It's not hooked up, but it works. Some of y'all probably don't know what a rotary phone is. Had the numbers, and you got to physically dial them around. They turn all the way around, then they come all the way back. Then you dial the next one all the way around. Yeah, I got one. Still operational too, but it's not hooked up. I actually got a landline, but I'll never use it. I don't even know why I got it. I think it came free with the cable or something, but who uses landlines anymore? But I got one. Nate Miller. Okay. Now, Nate, from Philly, right? They figured out his knockout rate, 87%. He made 4 successful title defenses, right? He faced Tyrone Booz, James Waring, Dwight Muhammad Quawi, Al Cole, Orlin Norris, Fabrice Tiazzo. And he beat Quawi and Booz by decision. He stopped Orlin Norris in their first fight. Wow. But he lost his title to Tiazzo and followed with a rematch. He lost that to Norris, had a rematch with stopped Norris in the first fight, lost the rematch to him, right? And he had a one-sided loss to Tommy Hearns during his career. Yep, fought the Hitman. Hitman went all the way up. Hitman went through like 6 weight classes. Yeah, champion in 5 of them. The great Tommy Hearns. Tommy Hearns is a regular on Fantasy Matchups Monday. That's why I can't do Tommy Hearns or Sugar Ray as the one fighting the guys, because they always on the other side. So, but Magnay Habner. No, I didn't say that right. There he is. Magnay Habner. He posted a career record of 19 wins, 3 losses, 11 knockouts. Had 22 fights. He had the WBO title in 1990. He made 2 successful defenses of the title. He's just a little short. He faced Johnny Nelson in his first fight. Faced Johnny Nelson. Yeah, Magnay Habner. Then Orlin Norris, brother of Terry Norris. I know y'all heard about Terry. Yeah, Orlin is his brother. There's Orlin. Orlin Norris. From San Diego, California. Right? Brother of Hall of Famer Terry Norris. Was a middleweight. Now, Orlin had 68 fights. He won 57, lost 10, had 1 draw, 30 knockouts. Had the WBA title between 93 and 95. And made 4 successful defenses, right? Had a draw with Vasily Jirob in 2005, right? Next is Dwight Muhammad Quawi. He started out at heavyweight. Remember Dwight had the battle with Michael Spinks. Is that Michael Spinks? No, I don't think so. That's Dwight on the left. I'm trying to figure, is that Michael Spinks he's fighting? It might be. Yeah, I believe it is Michael Spinks. Mm-hmm. I think he had a couple of battles with him. Yeah, we're gonna see Define on in a couple of weeks. Holyfield versus Usyk. Okay, next is Dwight Muhammad Quawi. Now, he's a member of the International Boxing Hall of Fame, right? Also won the title at light heavyweight from New Jersey. He was the brawler. And he had 41 wins, 11 losses, and 1 draw. 25 by knockout. And he won the WBA title in 1985, right? He only made 1 successful defense. I think Michael Spinks took it from him, right? Was in there with Holyfield. Yeah, that was a battle, him and Holyfield. Remember that one? That was a battle. Dwight Muhammad Quarry and Holyfield, yeah. Jeff Lampkin. There's Jeff. Talking about some cruiserweight fighters today. Former guys. We're going to talk about some active ones next. Jeff Lampkin from Youngstown, Ohio. He had a career mark of 39 wins, 19 losses, 1 draw, 34 knockouts. Now, he lost 19 fights, but when he won, he usually got him out of there, you know? Yeah. Had a lot of losses, but when he won, he usually got him out of there. He had a 87% knockout rate. But say, like I say, 19 losses, but when he out of his 39 wins, he usually stopped, you know? And he had the IBF title in 1990. He had 1 successful defense before he was stripped, right? That was Jeff Lampkin. Next is Virgil Hill. There's Virgil. He's also Virgil. I think Virgil made the International Boxing Hall of Fame. Yeah, I believe he's in there. And he also fought at light heavyweight. He had 2 reigns at light heavyweight and middleweight. No, I think light heavyweight. He was an amateur in the middleweight. He got the silver medal at the Olympics in the middleweight in 1984. He was on that fire team. Wow, with Sweet Pea and Terrell Biggs and Holyfield, Meldrick Taylor, Mark Breland. Wow, I think one of the brothers out of the Kronk gym was on there. Steve McCory. I think Steve McCory. Virgil was on that team too. Ooh, that was I don't know, 76. 84 might have 76, man. Wow. But both 2 of the greatest Olympic men's boxing teams ever assembled, 76 and 84. 80 wasn't bad neither, but remember, 80 didn't get to go because of the politics, remember? 80 had a pretty good team too. But who was it? I think it was Jimmy Carter. They was mad that the Russians invaded Afghanistan, so they didn't send the Olympics over there because it was in Moscow. Then, of course, it was in LA in 84. The Russians didn't come. And then 20 years later, the United States invaded Afghanistan. Same thing they call themselves punishing Russia for. Crazy. But yeah, Virgil Hill, I think he's in the Hall of Fame, yeah. He had the WBA at Cruiserweight 2 times. And didn't make any successful title defense. Lost his first defense. Virgil did. And yeah, Virgil, told you his record. 50 wins, 7 losses, 23 knockouts for Virgil Hill. Vasily Gerov is next. Vasily Gerov. There's Vasily. Wow, that's him on the right. Ouch. That's on the chin. I wonder if that was a knockout punch. Yeah, he had to get him out of there with that punch, man. If that guy didn't go out with that punch, he's got one of them Jake LaMotta Canelo chins. If that didn't get him out of there. Wow. That might get Jake and Canelo out of there. That's right on the chin. Look at that, man. Yeah, he had to go out. That had to be the end of the fight right there. Yeah, Vasily Gerov probably ended that fight because he got him flush. Knocked the sweat out of him. But he's from Kazakhstan, right? He was called the Kazakhstan Tiger. Now, he had light heavyweight gold at the 1996 Olympics in Atlanta, Georgia. And he won the Val Barker Trophy as an outstanding boxer in the entire games. Yep, 1996 in Atlanta, GA. Yep, that's the one where Ali lit the torch. And Joe Frazier said he lucky I ain't up there because I would push him in there. Joe Frazier never did forgive Ali for all the insults. Ali went overboard, but they put on a good face in public. But yeah, Joe Frazier never got over that, man. Yeah. I thought Ali went overboard a little. A lot. A lot, yeah. But he had the IBF championship 1999 to 2003, 4 years. Made 6 successful defenses of it, too. Vasily Giro, yeah. Olympic gold medalist, the Val Barker Trophy as the best boxer out of the entire Olympics. Not bad. I'm not sure if he's in the Hall of Fame or not. But he had the title for 4 years. Yeah. I don't see what his record was. I don't see a record for him, so. Oh well, no record for Vasily Giro. Oh, here we go. 37 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, 31 knockouts. Not bad. 31 knockouts out of 37. That's like low 80s. 83%. Not bad at all. Vasily. Okay. Got a couple more. Then we're going to talk about some current fighters in the division. Oh, J-Robe Tony fight. Define only one. I didn't see that one. I'm going to have to go back and look at that. J-Robe and Tony was fire. That's one I missed. I'm going to have to check that out. For sure. Writing it down right now. J-Robe Tony. I might watch that tonight. Don't tell me what happened. Yeah. I would pick Tony, but I don't know. J-Robe was nice now. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to check it out. Yeah, that seemed like that would be a good one. Good matchmaking. I know that. John Mark Mormack is next. John Mark Mormack. There he is. Look like Mr. T. You sure that ain't Mr. T? No, he don't have that. All he needs is that tomahawk haircut. That could be Mr. T. A little smaller, I think. I don't know. Cruiserweight. I think Mr. T might have been bigger, though. Mr. T was well over 200, I think. Yeah. Now, he was a French fighter. Brawler. Now, he was only the second man to win the lineal championship at Cruiserweight. Right? He won 33 fights, lost 4. He had 22 knockouts. Faced Virgil Hill, Neil Bell, David Hay. He stopped Virgil Hill for the WBA title in 2002. Wow. Made 3 successful defenses of it. Had a classic fight with O'Neal Bell in 2006. Anybody see that one? Mormack and Bell 2006. He lost the first one, then he won the 7th one the next year. Okay. Next is James Toney. Lights Out. Lights Out. Ooh, Lights Out got a pretty good one in too. That's not as. I think the other one was a little bit. The other one was more extended. Like he got the other one got him right on the end on the chin, man. That's not exact. That's the jaw more like. The other one was right on the chin. Yeah, I think the other one was a little bit more better than that one. This guy might have survived that one. But the other one, nah, I think he took him out with that. That ain't it. Oh, well. I wasn't that far back. me forget it. Yeah, James Lights Out Tony. Yeah. Now I lost where I was at. There we go. Lights Out. James Tony. Now, James had 80 fights, 80 on the dot. That's a lot of fights. 71 wins, 6 losses, 3 draws, 43 knockouts. He had the IBF title in 2003, but he made no successful defenses. Lost it in his first fight. In the International Boxing Hall of Fame. And, you know, Tony had success long before he went to Cruiserweight, right? He had runs at middleweight, very successful runs at middleweight and super middleweight, right? And his runs at Cruiserweight from the late 90s through like the 2003-4 was, he has a lot of success at Cruiserweight too. And he walked away for like a couple years after 2003. But he did come back. He won 10 in a row when he came back. Yeah. In 1999, he became the first and only man to stop former titleist Adolfo Washington. And in 2003, he gave Vasily Jirov his first law. Oh man, I told Define Arnie not to tell me. And I just read it. I figured Tony had won, but I'm still going to watch it. Yeah, that was Jirov's first loss, too. Wow. And that was the Boxing Writers Association of America Fight of the Year. Okay, I'm Define Arnie. I see what you're saying. That's Fight of the Year. Wow. Then he went to heavyweight, right? And stopped Evander Holyfield at heavyweight. Yeah, James Tony. Al Cole. There's Al. You Define Arnie when I told you not to tell me, and then I read the result. Al won 35 fights, lost 14. He had 3 draws, 16 knockouts. Had the IBF title for 3 years, 92 to 95. Made five successful defenses up. Al Cole. Yeah, not bad. Next is Guillermo Jones. These are just little brief summaries, and then we're going to talk about some of the current guys. There's Guillermo Jones. Now, Guillermo had 41 fights. He won 36, lost 3, 2 draws, 28 knockouts. It's not too bad. Probably 70s. Yeah, 78. Not bad. 78%. 7 out of 10. Yeah. And he had the WBA title. Okay. In 2008. Guillermo did. He established himself as a force in only his 3rd fight in the division, right? He had a disputed draw against the long-reigning WBO champion, Johnny Nelson, in just his 3rd fight against the champion, right? Wow. And everybody felt that Guillermo won the fight. But, you know, Jones was a long-time champion. You know, he got a little bit of, it was over there in the UK. You know, he got a little bit of home cooking. Mm-hmm. Crush the Legend. What's up, Crush? We are just talking about the Cruiserweight division today, Crush. That's all. Right now, I'm talking about some former fighters. And next, we're going to talk about some of the current fighters that's currently active at Cruiserweight. Just little brief summaries of them, that's all. I ain't trying to bore y'all. Okay? Just got a couple more of the former guys. But salute Crush, the legend. Guillermo Jones. Yeah, he had a disputed draw with Johnny Nelson, who was champion. Only Guillermo's 3rd fight in the UK. So they're not going to give this guy in the UK against a UK fighter in his 3rd fight a decision. They just ain't doing that in the UK. And a popular champion like Johnny Nelson was, Guillermo would have had to stop him to get the win. And you know he won because because just by it being a draw, he must have beat him pretty convincingly. If they could have, they would have gave it to Nelson. So he had to beat him pretty convincingly to get a draw, right? Guillermo Jones. O'Neal Bell is next. There's O'Neal holding up his belt there. He had the IBF title, 2005 to 2006. 2 successful defenses. Had 30 fights, 26 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, and wow, 24 knockouts. That's up in the 90s. So I guess you can safely call him a knockout artist. 92%. Only 2 people went the distance with him. O'Neal Bell. Yeah. Only 2 went the distance with O'Neal. And he had some stories of erratic behavior, right? And he quit in a bizarre fight against Tomas Adamek in 2007, right? That's done harm to his reputation. But he got a lot done at Cruiserweight in his career. Yeah. O'Neal Bell. Juan Carlos Gomez. There's Juan Carlos Gomez. Only had 1 loss in his career, 45 fights, 44 wins, 1 loss, and 35 knockouts. WBC titleist from 1998 to 2000. Made 9 title defenses. Had a 12-year reign. 12-year reign for Juan Carlos Gomez. 9 successful defenses. 1 loss in his career. Not bad at all. Cuban. Product of that Cuban amateur system. Yeah. Juan Carlos Gomez. Everybody know about that Cuban amateur system, man. That's fire. That's where Juan came from. Had a lot to do with him going 44-1. 12-year reign as the WBO champion. 12-year reign as the let me get this right now. WBC champion. No, wait a minute. Yeah, WBC champion. Can't give out no false information. I was just boasting about how everything is facts up here, and I'm just going to tell you the WBO when it was the WBC. Anaclet Wamba is next. There's Anaclet Wamba. Anaclet is from the Congo. Yep. But he fought out of France, French-based, right? And he came close to never losing, right? Had a narrow decision loss in his 14th fight, right? Anaclet Wamba did. I can't find his record. Anaclet, what were you? Okay, it's got to be in here. Let me see. Bear with me for a second. I can't even find him anymore. That's Gomez. Anaclet Wamba. There we go. Oh, yeah, he lost 2. He was 46 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 23 knockouts for Anaclet. Okay, we're getting close to the end now. 4 more to go. David Haye is next. He's supposed to be like the top guys in cruiserweight history here. David Haye. David had 22 wins, 1 loss, and guess what? 21 by knockout. Almost 100% for David. 1 man went the distance with David. 96% knockout rate. Wow. For David Haye. David was bad, man. Yeah, David Haye. Yeah. 22-1, 21 knockouts. Okay. He had the WBC, WBA titles 2006, 2007. He had the WBO in 2007, right? I mean, he won the WBO in 2007 also. David Hay. Great career, only one loss. Final three. Johnny Nelson. You remember Johnny Nelson? He's the commentator on The Zone now. Johnny, yeah. Y'all know Johnny. Johnny with 45 wins, 12 losses, 2 draws, 29 knockouts. Had the WBO for 6 years, 99 to 2005, right? Made 14 successful defenses. That's a lot of defense. When you get up in the teens, wow. For Johnny Nelson. And the last two. Number 2 is Carlos de Leon. Yeah, Carlos de Leon was. Yeah, I didn't include Usyk because these are all former guys, all former. De Leon. Usyk gets the honorable mention though. 52-8, 1 draw, 32 knockouts for Carlos de Leon. Yeah, and he had the WBC, 1980 to 82. Then he won it again, 83 to 85. Then he won it again, 86, 88, 89 to 90. He had it 4 different times, okay? Total of 9 successful defenses in his 4. He got a fire resume. Bernard Benton, Evander Holyfield, Johnny Nelson, Duran. Yeah, for some big names. That was old Duran, but it was Duran. Right here, don't say old Duran, it just say Duran, right? And finally, Evander Holyfield. Then we're going to talk about some active fighters. And Evander, of course, had 44 fights altogether. 44. 42 of them wins, 10 losses, 2 draws, 27 knockouts. And, you know, Evander had the WBA from 86 to 88. He made 5 defenses. He had the IBF from 87 to 88, made 3 defenses. He had WBC from 88, made 0 defenses. But he was the first 3-belt unified at Cruiserweight, remember? Maybe the only one, I think. Evander Holyfield. Yeah. Honorable mention is Alexander Usyk, right? Because he was a great cruiserweight. Let's touch on Usyk's cruiserweight career real quick. I had something about him. Let me see if I can find it. Turn my light back on. I mean, you can't talk about cruiserweight former or whatever without touching on Usyk, man. No way. Just that what he did at cruiserweight. That would be criminal, man. You know? Yeah, we're going to touch on Usyk real quick. Then we're going to go to the active guys, okay? Gotta give Alexander some love, man. One of the top cruiserweights of all time. No doubt about it, man. No doubt. Usyk. 1 or 2. Between him and Holyfield. I don't care which way you say it. I had Holyfield 1, Usyk 2, but I ain't mad at if you got Usyk 1. Okay. Is that him? Yeah, that's him now. Usyk. Now, he was, he turned pro in 2013 as a cruiserweight. Then he went to heavyweight, right? He was a WBA cruiserweight champion, WBC, IBF, and WBO. Remember, he was undisputed at cruiserweight, right? And the Ring Magazine champion. Okay. Alexander Usyk. He won a gold medal in the 2012 London Olympics, right? Then he turned pro in 2013 as a cruiserweight. He fought in the southpaw stance. Footwork, feints, and great judgment of distance, along with his jab, kept him ahead of his opponents, right? And he can also lay opponents out for the count, right? Similar to Holyfield, Usyk could have ruled longer if he had not left the division for heavyweight. Probably would still be ruling, right? On the way up, he beat Johnny Muller, Pedro Julio Rodriguez. That's how he got his shot at the first title, which was held by Krzysztof Glowacki. Usyk dominated him, and Glowacki was undefeated at the time. Usyk landed accurate jabs and dodged most of Glowacki's return fire. And then he won 6 more fights easily in the division before moving up, right? Beat Michael Hunter, Marco Huck, Maurice Breedis, Tony Bellew, Murat Gassiev. That confirmed his greatness, because those are some big cruiserweight names there, man. Yeah. So let's talk about some of these active fighters now, then. Okay? Some active cruiserweights. Now. Okay? Yeah, some of the active guys. Then we're going to talk about a couple of cruiserweight fighters. Fights. Some of the biggest fights in the cruiserweight division. Okay? Next. Everything's supposed to be sitting right there. It is. Set it up before I started, but sometimes it disappeared. Got 10 of them. 10 current cruiserweights. Okay? Yeah, cruiserweight is sandwiched between heavyweight and light heavyweight, right? Initially created for fighters. We already went over all that. Let's get right to it. To these guys. Okay? We're going to go from worst to best. But none of them bad, but you know what I mean. We're going to work our way up to Jai Apataya. That's what I'm saying. Because he number 1. Richard Riakporhe. Now I heard him say his name, but I still get it wrong. Okay? Now, he's a former British champion, right? And he's been a high-level contender for the cruiserweight title in the past 5 years. And as of November of 2023, he still has an unbeaten professional record. He fought 17 fights and won all of them, right? Richard Riakporhe, he's first. I guess he was undefeated as of November 2023. Just a little briefly. Matus Masternek called himself the Master. Jorge calls himself the Midnight Train, by the way. Matus Masternek, the Master. Okay? Polish boxer. He's a former European Cruiserweight champion and WBC Youth champion, right? And he started his career in 2007. Wow. 17 years and still going at it. He's had 52 fights as of November 2023, winning 17 of them. 47. I guess y'all were saying 52 only won 17. Won 47 of them, okay? Matus Masternek. Ilunga Makabu. Remember Canelo was going to fight him a while back? He had the title then, remember? Makabu did, yeah. There's Ilunga. No, I had Ilunga and then moved it. Wait a minute now. That's Riakporhe. Oh, I never changed it from Masternek. There's Ilunga right there. I was going backwards. Okay, there's Ilunga Makabu, right? Now, he's a former 2-time WBC World Cruiserweight champion, right? He's from the Congolese-born South African national. 33 fights in his professional career, losing only 4 of them. Ilunga Makabu. Okay. Maurice Breedis is next. Maurice Breedis. Let me take a drink. I'll get dry. But meanwhile, there's Maurice Breedis. What is Maurice? Swedish or something like that? It looked kind of Swedish. All gone. Okay. Maurice Breedis. He calls himself the Latvian Punisher. Okay? Let me get off of here, man. No. Now, Breedis is an experienced campaigner in the division. He's won 3 World Cruiserweight titles. IBF, WBO, and WBC. He dominated the division between 2018 and 2020. His nickname, the Latvian Punisher, is the Latvian Punisher, right? And I think he's got 3 losses, 30 wins and 3 losses. Okay, Badu Jack. I cannot believe Badu Jack is still fighting. He should have been on the former guys, man, but Badu Jack is still active. Define Arnie says Murray Breedis is a stud. He's on his way out, but dude, tough as they come. Yeah, he's the first ballot International Boxing Hall of Famer. No doubt about it. Yeah, he lost his last fight with Apatai, remember, on Riyadh season. I forgot which one that was. That was on the Usyk Fury, wasn't it? Jai Apatai and Breedis, I believe it was. I think it was on Fury Usyk card. Yeah. Now, Badu Jack, right? Cambian Swedish boxer. I can't believe Badu Jack is still winning. And he's fought in a few different weight classes. He has previously held the WBA super middleweight title and also the light heavyweight title, right? And he won the WBC cruiserweight title in February 2023 and immediately vacated it to pursue the Cruiserweight title. And he has a professional record of 34 fights, 28 wins, 3 losses, and 3 draws. But I think he's going between Bridgerweight and Cruiserweight. Is there actually a Bridgerweight? Bridgerweight, I never heard of a fight there. Is there actually a Bridgerweight division? I've never heard of any fights in that division. So I ain't sure if we actually have a Bridgerweight division. But Lawrence Oakley. Okay. I don't see Jarrell today. Maybe I ran him away. Yeah. I don't like no trolls, no way though, man. You know, he was trolling yesterday, you know. Whatever I say, he disagreed with it. That's the textbook definition of trolling, you know. So if he's gone, good riddance. Plus, I think the kid might be 14 or 15 years old. I know he sounded young, but I gave him the benefit of the doubt of being in his 20s. But, you know, he might be 14 or 15 years old. This is for adults, adult hardcore boxing fans. Okay, so maybe I'm rid of him, hopefully. Nothing against him, but, you know, that trolling, man. I'm in my 60s. I ain't got no time for trolling. I got little grandchildren. If I want trolling is childish. If I want to deal with childish behavior, I call my 3-year-old granddaughter because she's childish, because she's a child. She's supposed to be childish. Okay? But let's continue. Lawrence Oakley. Hope he ain't a troll listening. Ant McQueen in the building. What's up, Ed? I mean, what they call him? Boyer. What's up, Ant McQueen? Oh, he's talking to Define On. Yeah, I think they had 2 fights, didn't he? And I think this year was number 2. I'm not sure about that, but I think they fought on one of those Riyadh seasons earlier this year. I think on the Furiusa card, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, but Breeders is definitely first ballot Hall of Famer, man. If not, what is the Hall of Fame there for? People like that don't get in first ballot. Yeah, he's been around for a minute. I think 2007, right? Yeah, 17 years. Lawrence Oakley. Now, Lawrence Oakley is a British boxer, and he's had success at the amateur and professional levels. 2-time Commonwealth Games champion. You know, that's like equivalent to the you know, those games they had before the Olympics, like the one down in Latin America. I got a brain lock now. What do they call the games then? Like the year before the Olympics, the Commonwealth Games is on that level for people in that area of the world. Man, I gotta find out that. They have them down in South America. That's where the guys from the United States compete at. It's like a year before the Olympics. Commonwealth Games is equivalent to them anyway. Pan American Games, the Pan Am Games. Right, that's what I'm thinking about. Commonwealth Games is on that level with the Pan Am Games, yeah. And Lawrence Oakley was a two-time Commonwealth Games champion, right? That's a big deal. He held the WBA Cruiserweight title between 2021 and May 2023. And one of the best of all time Cruiserweight boxers. I think those Commonwealth and Pan Am Games have some kind of direct relevance, like some kind of direct route to the Olympics or something like that. I think. You know? Yeah. It's always the year before, I know that. Noel Gevor, G-E-V-O-R. It's either Gevor or Gevor. Okay, there's Noel. Now, Noel is Noel McCallion Gevor. He won the WBC Cruiserweight title last year in November after beating fellow challenger Ilunga Makabu, right? Gevor is 33 years old, from Armenia, right? 27 wins, 2 losses. No Gevor, I think. And then Chris Billiam-Smith. Chris Billiam, he just fought last weekend, remember, against Zerdo. Chris Billiam did. He was WBO. I think that's gone now. He had it since May 2023. That was a unification, right? And as of November last year, he was still WBO at that point. He's a former Commonwealth Games champion too. Yeah, European and British Cruiserweight champion also, right? No Gevor. So, yeah. Just got a couple more. All in Golamirian. I think that's right. I heard somebody say it before. That usually don't make no difference. I usually still get it wrong. All in Golamirian. Just got a couple more. I think that's him. He used to be the WBA champion. I think he lost that. I think Zerdo took that from him, I believe. And finally, Jai Apataya. Then I got a couple fights. And we're going to look at the current Cruiserweight rankings. Okay, the current rankings. And Jai is Australian, the Australian sensation, right? He was the IBF champion since 2022, right? Former world junior boxing champion. Unbeaten in his professional career. Jai Apataya. Let's look at okay. Got a couple of fights in the Cruiserweight division. 330. Let's see. Oh, I'll turn the light on for that. Here we go. Pop it. Just got 5. That's not gonna take long. Oh, come on, man. I went right past it. Went right past it. Here it is. 5 of the best Cruiserweight fights of all time. Okay. Let's go and mention them real quick, that's all. Okay, and get out of the way. Advertisement. Austin Golamirian versus Uniel Dorticus. Okay. Now, by all means, this is a fight that we should be getting early in 2024, right? Wait a minute now. I'm on the wrong thing. Yeah, Austin Goldemarian versus Uniel Dorticos, okay? Wait a minute now. I'm just going to tell you the fact. Uniel Dorticos, Badu Jack, okay? Chris Billiam Smith against Richard Riaporhe 2. Jaya Patel, Richard Riaporhe, and let's look at the current rankings. That's all messed up. Let's look at the current rankings for the Cruiserweight division. Let's do that, okay? Current rankings. Then we might get a little bit of link time. This is from ESPN. Okay, current ranking. And no, Tim Bradley didn't do them, I hope. I don't know, he might have. Tim is not bad though. You catch him off of commentating. He's a very knowledgeable boxing guy, man. I find myself agreeing with him on stuff, but when he on there talking those fights, man, I think he has a agenda to follow, you know. But ranked number one is Jaya Patel, right? 26-0, 20 knockouts. Last fight was he was on that his last fight was Jack Massey, October 12th, who just fought. He's busy. He got a 6-round TKO over Jack Massey. Next fight to be announced. Okay. Number 2 at Cruiserweight is Gilberto Ramirez, Zurdo. Zurdo is 46-1. Only loss coming to Dimitri Bivol, remember? And he has 30 knockouts. Just beat Chris Billiam Smith Saturday. 12-round unanimous decision, so of course his next fight ain't scheduled yet. 3 is Maurice Breedis. Maurice Breedis is number 3. Yep. 28-3, 20 knockouts. Lost to Jai May 18th. Yeah, that was Furious. That was his last fight. Yeah, Jai Patel, May 18th. Next fight to be announced. 4, Noria Micklejohn, yeah, I guess. 27-2, 12 knockouts. His last fight, he got a 3rd round TKO over Ilunga Makabu. That was just November 4th. Was that last week? The week before last. Yeah. Next to be announced. 5, Chris Billiam Smith. 20-2, 13 knockouts. You know, he lost the decision to Zurdo last weekend. Next fight to be announced. 6 is Ilunga Makabu. Wow. Ilunga is 29-4 with 25 knockouts. Yeah, we just did his knockout rate. I think it was like 87%, something like 88%, something like that. Yeah. Remember, we just did it because he was in the other thing. I'm gonna do it again because I forgot what it was. 86%. 86, yeah. Ilunga is 6. His next fight is to be announced. Ranked number 7, Matus Masternak. 48 wins, 6 losses, 32 knockouts. His last fight was in April. He lost to John Jacques Olivier. He got stopped in the 8th round. Wow. Next fight to be announced. 8 is Michael Siazlak. 26 wins, 2 losses, 20 knockouts. Okay. He won a 4th round TKO over Juan Diaz in April of this year. Yeah. 9, Richard Riaporhe. 17 wins, just that 1 loss. We talked about that, 13 knockouts. Good early knockout rate. Not real high because there's not that many fights, you know, but yeah. It'll go as he goes up. We keep knocking him out. 76%, because of the low amount of fights, you know. And if you get up in the 30s with just 4 people going the distance, he'd be way up there. But 17-1, 13 knockouts. He had a unanimous decision over Chris Billiam-Smith in June. And finally, Ryan Rozicki, right, number 10. 20 wins, 1 loss, 19 knockouts. One man has went the distance with him. Ryan Rozicki. That's up there. Ooh. 95% for Ryan. In his last fight, he was in December. I don't know who that was he beat. He beat this guy in this. Al Booker in the building. What's up, AB? Okay, yeah, this is who Ryan beat. I'm going to put the link in there. We got like 20 minutes, I think. Yeah. Yeah, his last fight, Ryan's last, Al Booker in the building, was a, it was a decision. Okay, here's who he decisioned. Because I can't pronounce it. How does that? Oh Lord, I done went down to heavyweight, man. We're not doing, light heavyweight. Light heavyweight is next week. We're gonna look at all these divisions and some former guys and some active guys. Some fights. My fights was messed up this week. I don't know what happened. Y'all gotta see this name. Because I know I'm not the only one that can't pronounce it, man. Then I'm going to put the link in. But y'all got to see this name, man. I know I'm not the only one that can't pronounce it. It's got so many letters, it might take me to 4 o'clock to get it in here. R-E-W. I'm just finishing the first name. That's how many letters it got. And somebody hit the link and pronounce it for me. Here it comes. D. Damn, this phone got some small letters on it, man. My bad eyes. My bad 65-year-old eyes, man. And I got 4 of them and still can't see it. There it is. Okay. That's who Ryan beat, decision. Okay. The first one hit the link, gotta pronounce that. Okay, here comes the link. First one hit the link. If anybody hit the link, you gotta pronounce that name. I call him OD. OD. I hope everybody enjoyed the show today. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about women's boxing. Touch on it every now and then. A little history again, and then we're going to talk about some of the hardest hitting women of all time. Some of the best women southpaws. A few different categories we're going to go through tomorrow. I haven't figured them all out yet, but I'll have them by tomorrow. It's going to be fun. Definitely some of the hardest hitting women. Amanda got 31 knockouts. Savannah Marshall, good pop. Layla had 24 wins, 21 knockouts. You know that's you don't hear too many women with knockout rates like that, man. I'm gonna figure it in a minute as soon as I put this link in. Up in the 80s, like 88, man. You know, Layla was getting them out of there. Only 3 people went the distance with her in her career. And Clarissa Shields is fantasy matchups Monday next week. Clarissa Shields versus the Legends. So all that stuff she be talking, we're going to see. She's going to fight Layla and Ann Wolf. I'm going to find 10 to 15 women for her to meet next week. Mm-hmm. The GOAT. We're going to see if you're the GOAT next week, Clarissa. Oh, Lord. Okay, let me get this. Invite. Get ready to invite, y'all. Oh, Lord. Excuse me. I didn't. Okay, I'm going to be quiet for like a minute. That's the only way I'm going to get it done. All right. There it is. Okay, yeah. Okay, copy it. I'm gonna pin it too. Okay, here we go. Good link. Good link. And yeah, tomorrow is going to be about the women. We're going to talk about a few different categories of women. You know, remember, we're going to touch on the history again, like a refresher course, history of women boxing again, and then do that every now and then, every 6 months or so. And then the hardest hitting women of all time, you know, women that was getting them up out of there. And we're going to talk about southpaws. Who the best women southpaws? Is there any women switch hitters? I'm going to find out. But Layla, she had 21 knockouts in 24 fights. So that's 87%, 87.5%. Right in the middle. I usually round it off, but 5 is 87.5. You know, if it was 87.8, I would say 88, but 87.5, 87.5, right? Mm-hmm. But Layla, man, she was getting them about it. See, I ain't met you today to find only one. Okay, did I bring you?
How you doing?
Okay, how you doing today?
Good, thank God. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing okay.
Awesome.
Just sitting back, relaxing, talking with my peoples.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Now, what fight was that you was talking about? Tony and Jiro, right?
Oh man, you gotta see that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
Jesus
Tony won
Christ,
it, right?
what a
Because I
fight.
read it.
Yeah, I
like
was
a
cracking
war,
up when you
back
said
and forth
that.
war, technical.
Man, yeah, I don't think I've seen like Jirov hit Tony a bunch of times. It's just that. Oh no, you told me not to spoil it, so let me just shut up.
Tony usually displayed a pretty good defense when he was fighting, you know. But Jiro
His performance versus Iran Barkley was just virtuoso.
Yeah, I've seen that one. Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, what a performance! Iran Barkley's, you know, it matters who you do it against, you know.
That's right. That is so true. That's true. Yeah, styles, different styles, you know.
Exactly, and a dude that's legit as Iran Barkley, like.
Yeah. Didn't he beat Duran? Barkley? I can't remember. I think he did. I think he might have stopped him.
I don't.
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
That was a big deal back then when that happened. But Duran, he was getting older and everything at that time, you know.
Yeah, but he still had something left. I remember.
Yes, he did.
Hell of a, yeah, he had some great.
He went all the way to his 50s, you know. Right.
That's good. That good.
And the only reason he stopped, he was in a car accident. He had to have life-saving surgery. He was still fighting at the time, but that's when he stopped. Yeah.
Isn't that Vinny Paciencia?
Oh, say it again.
Isn't that Vinny Paciencia? Paciencia.
Yeah, Paciencia.
Paciencia. I think I have trouble with that last name.
Yeah, Paciencia, the Tasmanian Devil. Did Duran fight him?
Oh man, I don't know.
Oh.
I don't remember.
Now he wasn't at cruiserweight, was he? Paciencia. I think he was lower.
You know, that's one thing that I struggle with, like exactly what weight, what, you know.
Okay.
At that time, you know.
Because they move around, you know.
Absolutely.
It's hard to pin it down. What would you think about a fight between Usyk and Holyfield?
Oh my goodness, that's like, jeez. I mean, I don't think either one of them can stop the other.
No, I don't think so.
It's like you're sweet with this matchup. So.
It would be a decision, though. Yeah,
I don't think there's any question about that. Yeah, it's gonna be like the Evolve Beterbia type of scoring. You know, like just an absolute nightmare to score.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Evander had this thing, like you had him hurt and you thought you had him, and then like
Yeah.
he transformed into like that was scary.
I
Not
know.
everybody had that.
No. Yeah, he did have that, man. Yeah. You get him hurt and get him in a real fight. That's when the dog would come out of him. Then the game plan was out the window.
I don't know how many times I was like, "What's this guy made of?" My God!
Did you see him and George Foreman fight? That was a battle there.
Oh my goodness! George Foreman hit him with a shot that I was like, "Oh my God, he killed him!" And Evander came back with like 6 different combinations, and I was like, "Nah, bro."
Okay, yeah, Duran won a split decision against Barkley. Against Barkley. He was 37 years old. Oh, wow.
Duran had an issue when he had the Noma situation. He fell into
after that.
This was so long ago that I watched that documentary, but like he had a lot of issues even in his country. People were, how people.
I know. He caught a lot of flack from home when he did that. When he did the no mas, yeah, he really did. What's his trainer name? Ray Arcel left him.
That's right. Oh yeah, that's right.
Be associated with that. He was with him a long time. He left him. His long time trainer, yeah. What's up, y'all? And that affected him too.
What's up?
It was not too much, another day, that's all. I didn't know you was in here.
Yeah, I came in late. I had therapy. I was in therapy.
Ooh, okay. How are you today? We just talked about the cruiserweight division today, that's all.
What weight is that?
That's what is that? 175 to 200. Right above light heavyweight.
Above light heavyweight?
Yeah, 176. Light heavyweight is 175. Anything above that to 200, then heavyweight.
So 175. Oh, the middle child division.
Yeah, they started that in '78 because the heavyweights were starting to get so big. Then you had these heavyweights weighing right above light heavyweight in the 170s, 180s. They didn't think it was fair for them to have to fight these big guys, 210, 220, 230. So they, made a division especially for them. That's why they did that, yeah. Rocky Marciano, he only weighed maximum like 185. He was a heavyweight. But that was a small time, too, though. A lot of them were smallest back in them days, Yeah, 50s.
Jack Dempsey.
And none of them beating Jack Dempsey. Nah, they not beating Jack Dempsey, man.
Yeah, Jack was special. What'd you say?
I was a stud, but he had a nemesis. His name was James Toney. James Toney.
Oh yeah,
James Toney. James Toney. Okay.
Yeah, he beat him 2 times.
Who, Jack Dempsey?
Yeah. He took his title, then he won the rematch. I think Jack retired after that. After the second fight with James Toney.
That was so controversial.
James
Toney had like a 16 count or something.
Yeah.
I need to watch that again.
But what happened was, that was the first fight. You know how they send fighters to the neutral corner now? That was the first fight they started that, because you could stand right there in the middle next to the referee while he counted at first back then. So people were saying Jack Dempsey threw the fight because he wouldn't go to the corner and the referee was telling him. And he wouldn't start the count till he went to the corner. But I don't think so. He just wasn't used to it. It was the first time he had to do it, Yeah. He probably didn't realize what the referee was
talk about bad luck
him.
Right there.
He's saying, go to what are you talking about? Because they had never did that before. That's when they started that. Neutral corner. You can stand right there while the referee counted.
Bro, I remember his fight with Jess Willard. That was one of the nastiest fights I've ever seen, bro.
Jess Willard was what, like 6'9" or something like that?
Yeah, it's a big dude, but Dempsey just, oh my God.
Yeah, Jack broke him down, man.
Yeah. That was...
He beat him so bad, they accused Jack of having something in his gloves, but he really didn't.
I used to get that muscled up back in the day when they ain't had steroids, or they been had steroids.
They probably did had different things, but they wasn't really testing back in them days too much, you know. So if they
Yeah.
did, nobody was aware of it because they didn't do a whole bunch of testing, you know.
Nah, you could see Jack was training though. He was training
Yeah,
like
Jack was in
Muhammad
good shape.
Ali or somebody. Or
He was
Muhammad
in.
Ali trained like him.
Yeah, he was a religious trainer, man. Yeah, in shape and everything. Jack Dempsey. Yeah, he wasn't no real big guy neither. He was just skilled, highly skilled. You know,
Yeah.
popular too. He was one of the most. He was in boxing, became real popular because of Jack Dempsey. He was more popular than Babe Ruth. You know, they had this football player, Red Grange, back then. Y'all heard of the Babe Ruth and Red Grange? Jack was more
I don't
popular
know
than both of them. Yeah, he was real popular. Oh shoot, what is that sound? Is that me?
That's probably me.
Oh. Yeah, Jack was real
about
popular.
the Robacy Ramirez
All right. Peace
Espinosa
and
fight.
blessings.
I didn't hear you define on it.
You talked about this
Here we
fight,
go.
Robacy Ramirez and
Yeah.
Espinosa. Oh my God, I gotta
Coming
tell
up,
you something.
the
That
rematch,
performance by
Robacy and Espinosa,
Rafael
right?
Espinosa. Oh my God, I got emotional for the dude. Like literally, I haven't gotten emotional since Tito beat Oscar, I think.
Yeah.
And when that dude won, I was like so happy for him. I didn't even know who he was, but that performance, he just refused to lose,
Yeah.
bro.
I know.
He just, oh my God.
You know they tried to rob him because look how long they took to hand the cards in.
Yeah, they didn't see that coming. You can tell.
Yeah, but they couldn't. When he got that knocked down in the 12th round, that sealed it, you know.
That was it, exactly. Because he got dropped bad. Did you see his leg when he fell on that? Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm. But that's coming up again in a couple weeks, I think.
You know, that made me think of the Rocky 2 scene when the Apollo trainer tells Apollo, I saw you hit that man with everything and he came right at you. We don't need that. I was like, I would be telling Robacy that same thing, bro. We don't need that type of dude. You're smaller than, I mean, I don't know. Who knows? They're going to fight again anyway.
Where's Espinosa from? Do you know?
Mexico.
Mexico? Okay. You know, that's coming up, I think it's the week after next. The first, not next weekend, the weekend after, like 2 weeks from,
I think it's the 7th.
Saturday. The 7th, yeah, the week after this. Yeah.
That night, I'm going to, I'm waiting for Jay to confirm, but I'm going to.
Oh, that's right. That's in Puerto Rico, right?
Yeah. I'm going to interview Jalil Hackett, and I don't know if I get to interview Hitchens.
You're supposed to go to the fight then, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to weigh in too and the press conference.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about you. Are a representative down there. Right. I forgot all about that. So Hackett is on that card too, right? Okay.
Yes, versus a Puerto Rican last name Roman.
Yeah.
That's the co-main.
Yeah, because they are affiliated with the JBT. Yeah, you'll be in real good with them. Once Jay give them the word and everything, they're gonna give you full access, man. Yeah.
Awesome.
To them. I had forgot about that. Yeah, but that's you also to interview them and everything. Yeah. That's gonna be nice, man. Get to see the fights and all and everything.
Tell me about it.
So when is that? That's the first week in December, right?
Yes.
Week after next. After this Saturday, then it's next Saturday. So how far is the arena that they fighting at from where you live at?
From where I live, it's like half an hour, but I would probably stay at my mom's house, which is like 10 minutes away.
Oh, so you're right there. Yes, so you don't have to really travel that much or anything.
Yeah, that's the good thing about this island. You know, the distances aren't that long, you know.
Right, okay. Yeah. What's the name of the arena where they fighting at?
Roberto Clemente, I think it is. Yeah,
oh, is it? Clemente?
Right
okay. Now. Yeah. All right.
Hackett, Roman.
That's a good card too.
Oh yeah.
Overall, you know.
The previous one was pretty good. It wasn't only Subriel. There were a couple of dudes showed out. I was watching it right beside the Boots card.
Yeah. Yeah, Bam was the one that Bam took over that one. Yeah, that wasn't
Bam
bad.
Rodriguez is just Oh my
Yeah,
God. I
he's.
can't say enough about that dude.
Mm-hmm. They keep mentioning him and Monster. I can't figure out what weight it would, because Monster ain't gonna be at 122 forever, and Bam is at 115 right now. But they were saying, I forgot the other guy. Anton Thomas Hill was saying his name, closer to Bam. I mean Monster. I think he's at 118 now. Damn. Japanese guy. I can't think of his name.
Bam is quietly but surely, I mean, not quietly, loudly, and surely running out of opponents, man.
I know. He's gonna have to go up. You know.
He's just cleaning up studs, like studs. Yeah. Tony Edwards, Gallo Estrada. I mean,
115 before, but he just got back there. I think this was just his second fight, right? Because he beat Estrada. I think this was his second fight at 115. Yeah. But he gonna have to go up though, because like you say, he running out of opponents down there. Cleaning it out, man.
Yeah, there it is. Coliseo Roberto Clemente in San Juan. Exactly.
Oh, is that what it is? Clemente? Roberto Clemente. Okay. Yeah. Man. Oh, you're gonna enjoy yourself there, man. Yeah, the Hackett's. They nice people too, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching his Greg Hackett channel lately a lot. Just to like get the feeling of maybe how to, ask them or whatever.
No, it's not. It's Greg. It's Bernard. I don't think it's Bernard Hackett. I don't think. Have they been on his channel? Okay,
will do.
Have they been on there? Greg Hackett.
I think so. He always does like a lot of people with him.
Okay.
Most likely, yeah.
All right. Yeah, I forgot about that. So yeah, that's coming up. So you'll be probably dealing with that the whole fight week,
Exactly.
So that's why you say you stay at your mom's, which is just 10 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's way more convenient.
More access to it, yeah. Better access. Yeah, that's going to be okay. Yeah. And then they want you to do that for any kind of fights they have down the area from now on, right?
Oh, yeah.
You normally go to fights, or I mean, when was this won't be your first fight, will it?
This will be my first time doing this.
Oh, doing this, yeah. I mean, have you ever attended one before, though?
I don't remember actually. I always like pay-per-view, and I don't know. I prefer if I'm going to attend it, I gotta be there. The sweat and blood jumping into me. I'm not gonna be like on the far away now. Or what.
Yeah,
I prefer to be.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, definitely.
But I'm not gonna get hooked. I'm gonna get hooked, and I'm gonna start going to fights. I know it. I just know it.
I know. Yeah.
Well,
but do anything down there, you'll have access like that, though.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, that's for it, especially for this one because of the Hacketts. Yeah.
That's good stuff. That's gonna be an awesome experience. Part of me is nervous as hell, and the other, you can't wait.
Yeah. What do you think about that Robisi and we getting ready to go, but that Robisi and Espinoza fight this time? You think Espinoza can pull it off again?
I think so. Yeah. And I'm actually rooting for him.
Because he got a big size advantage, man.
Yeah.
What is he, like 6 feet, right?
Yeah. He has a type of body, kind of like a Fundora type body. Like
yeah, that's a good point there. He sure does. Yep. And he makes it so, hey, he makes what is it, 118? What is that, 118?
Oh,
no, 126. 126. He makes it look like he's comfortable there, so, hey, But okay, Define Arnie, I appreciate you. We got to get ready to go.
Appreciate your story. Take care.
Let's do boxing and take over. Okay. I'll be talking to you. We'll be back tomorrow. That was Define Arnie 1. He's the JBT representative down there in Puerto Rico. He will be covering the Robisi and Espinoza fight for us and interviewing the Hacketts who are affiliated with the JBT. But I appreciate everybody. Hope you enjoyed the show today. Ant McQueen, Jerome Hattie, Al Booger, Crush the Legend, Technique, Thomas Hill, BN Boxing News, Define Arnie 1, Big Supreme, Mike Mazik, Real Prison Talk with Tommy and Miss Cass. And big shout out to Define Arnie 1 and Jaleel Hackett. Excuse me, Jaw. I said Jaleel Hackett. Define Arnie 1 and Jaleel Hattie was on the panel today. And join me tomorrow because if it's Monday through Friday at 2 p.m., it's the Box Storian bringing you all of that boxing history. Just Do Boxing is straight ahead. This is Cass Sports. Everybody have a great afternoon. And I will see y'all around those JBT streets.